Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back from Halloween Horror Nights 20. And, let me tell you my experience. And let me tell you the pros and cons of this year's Halloween Horror Nights. I did not go through the Orphanage or Hallowed's Past. HHN Hallowed's Past. I did not go through both of those due to the rain that was flooding the event, but I went through the rest of the mazes. In the future, I'm looking for anyone who wants to hang out with me. In the future, I will be going to both of those mazes. But here's the mazes I went in. And first of all, let me tell you about the scare zones. When we got into the park, there's no scare actors inside the scare zones. It was raining a little, I could understand. But when it stopped raining, there was no scare actors in any of those scare zones. So I didn't even have a chance to see any actors in any scare zones. It was stopped raining, and there was no actors inside the scare zones. I did not see any, and that angered me. Because in a little drizzle, they have to be out there, no matter what. Alright. I did see the character of Fear. I'm not a big fan of this year's head. The icon. I'm not a big fan of that guy. To me, it looked crappy and junky. And it seemed to me like there was nothing they were doing. The scare zones look cheaply done. This year, the scare zones always looked somewhat good. But this year, I felt that the scare zones were lack of anything. Lack of potential. No scare actors, even in a little drizzle. When it stopped, no scare actors. Let's see. Streets were aligned with a lot of booze and all that. I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm not going to get involved in that one. Okay, let me talk to you about the houses. The first house we went was Hades. Not a big fan of Hades. I'm sorry. There was too much stuff in my face. Seems like hair and everything else was in my face constantly. Some good scenes. I'm not going to be a spoiler here. Some good scenes in Hades, but still, it was pretty much, I wouldn't wait 45 minutes for the attraction. I waited probably 10 to 20. Next maze we went to was Psychoscarapy. That, my friend, was a good maze with a great detail on the exterior of the place. Great detail. Great. I'm not going to be any spoilers here because I don't want to ruin it for all of you. Problem is with Psychoscarapy, you can hear Hades right next door. You can. There's no turning around. You can hear Hades next door. That's something I did not like. Alright? Then after Hades, we went to Zombiegeddon. It was during the day. I can understand. It's much better at night. So, it was a cool maze. I like Zombiegeddon. Some of the effects are good at night. And that maze is a good maze. Then we went to the Catacombs. Catacombs, again, good tent maze. Wouldn't wait 30 minutes in the maze to see that. Then I went to Havoc Dogs of War. Havoc Dogs of War, okay maze, not the best. We were in line for Hallowed's Past, HHN Hallowed's Past. Started to downpour a little. We got wet. I didn't like it. Didn't want to go in. Basically, it was downpouring tremendously. People were basically freezing in line. I kind of got a little frustrated and saying, okay, let's go to Legendary Truth Maze. That maze is the best maze of the whole park. Bar none. Legendary Truth Maze, perfect maze, great effects. They had a couple effects they had in Zombiegeddon, and they had it in a Legendary Truth Maze. Great. I love Legendary Truth. I love it with a. That's my best maze. It gives 2 thumbs up on that. That maze should be a pinnacle of other mazes. Legendary Truth needs to be a pinnacle for all other mazes. The detail, the effects inside there, perfect. Can't ask for anything more. That maze was the greatest maze I have seen in a long time. I have seen good mazes. This one will be a great maze. Not a lot of, there's no gore in there, but they do the trick with things. I tell you. Great maze, great storyline, great everything. Hades, not a big fan. Didn't go through the orphanage or Hollow's Past, but that's about it. Scare zones, no actors, still looked lackluster, still looked horrible. I don't know what to say. It looked like they never tried on anything out there, you know. The only thing they looked like they tried in was basically HHN here in Hollywood. It seems like they tried something with that, and there was actors in there when I went through. You know, they had some cool actors in there. Very good, great surroundings. I like that area, but the rest I did not like. Saws and Steam. I went around 8 o'clock tonight. Actually, 8 o'clock. And there's still no actors in that 8 o'clock. When I went there around 8 o'clock, no actors. There was no one. There was no one. And what angered me the most with that particular attraction, with that little scare zone, was it seems like some of them didn't care, some of them did. Most of the I have to say, you know, the actors were great in the haunted attractions. The actors were good. They were hitting their mark very well. I'm talking about the design, concept, and practically the dullness of the maze. Hades was very dark. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. I like that. Bumping into walls, fun. But I can't stand shit in my face constantly. It smelled like... It smelled, you know, horrible in there, which it should smell like horrid things, but what got me to the pinnacle of very much not liking the maze was that situation, and then the one for Psychoscarapy, everything was good in there, great, everything was good, but the problem was you could hear Hades next door. That was horrible, and that kind of destroyed the maze just a tad, but great with the actors. Actors were spot on. Orphanage did not go through. If anyone has the Orphanage, then they would say something already. Hollow's Past. But I did all the mazes I wanted to see. And I advise no one. Well, frankly, this is me talking. I advise no one to pay full price for the event. It's not really worth the money going. There's other things you can spend your money on. I'd rather go see something else. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10 stars. And the maze, Hades gets 5 stars. Psych of Scarapy gets 6 stars. Um, Dogs of War gets 7 stars. The Catacombs gets 7 stars. And the um, Legendary Truth gets 10 stars. Yeah, I'm giving it a full 10 stars. Legendary Truth gets 10 stars, ladies and gentlemen. And it deserves every single star. Because the stuff they do in that maze is kick-ass, I tell you. They didn't have to put that much blood in, not that much gore, but it was good. The detail, they were detailed to that house. That was the house they spent most of the time on, I bet. Loved it. Good job, scare actors. Good job with that maze. I am proud. The rest of the mazes, I'm not bad-mouthing you. I just never cared for the maze. Zombiegeddon, I give it a 8 star. I give it an 8 star in the daytime. I give it 8 stars. It's going to be a 10 while I go out at night. There's scenes in there that will be great at night. You can actually see the sunlight beaming down in. But 10 stars at night, 8 stars by day. That ain't bad for a day house. Not bad. Talk to you later.